Life doesn't collapse anymore, but it doesn't move forward either. This is the phase where nothing happens. And that is what makes it dangerous, because in stillness, the mind becomes loud. You start replaying the past. You imagine different endings. You wonder if things could have been saved. But God doesn't rush this phase, because rebuilding requires honesty. In the silence, you begin to see yourself clearly, not the version you showed the world, the version you avoided facing. Your fears surface, your insecurities speak, and you finally understand this is not about loss anymore. This is about identity. God rebuilds you quietly because loud change doesn't last. He removes your need for validation. You stop explaining yourself. You begin to choose peace over attention, depth over noise, growth over approval. Days feel repetitive, but inside, foundations are being laid. Discipline replaces motivation. Faith replaces emotion. You learn to stand without leaning on people, and this is hard because independence is lonely before it becomes powerful. God keeps you here until you stop asking, when will this end? And start asking, what is this teaching me? That question changes everything. You notice strength where fear lived, clarity where confusion ruled. The world doesn't see the change yet, but heaven does. God rebuilds you in silence so no one can take credit later. This phase humbles you, and one day, without warning, this silence begins to feel safe. That's when you know rebuilding is working. Sometimes God doesn't lift you up first, He breaks you. Not loudly, not suddenly, but slowly, silently. It begins in ways you don't notice. A small disappointment, a delay, a door that doesn't open. You tell yourself it's temporary. You stay hopeful. You stay patient. But then another thing falls apart, and another, until one day you sit in silence and realize this is not random. God is removing. He removes what you leaned on more than Him. People, plans, comfort, certainty. And the pain isn't just loss, the pain is confusion because you were trying, you were improving, you were praying. So you ask the question nobody talks about, why is everything breaking now? What you don't understand yet is that breaking is not punishment, it is separation. God separates you from what cannot go with you into the next version of your life. Some people only know the old you, some habits only survive in comfort, some dreams exist only because you were afraid. So God breaks the structure that kept those things alive. And yes, it hurts. Because breaking feels like losing control. It feels like being abandoned. It feels like standing alone in a room that used to feel full. You replay memories. You question decisions. You wonder if you made a mistake trusting God. But here's the truth you don't see yet. God is not destroying you. He is destroying what would destroy you later. That job you lost, that person who walked away, that opportunity that disappeared. It didn't leave by accident, it was removed on purpose. Because what is coming requires a version of you that is calm under pressure, steady in silence, and strong without applause. God breaks your dependence on people before He gives you responsibility. He breaks your pride before He gives you power. He breaks your comfort before He gives you growth. And every break feels personal. You wake up heavy, you move slower, you speak less. You stop explaining your pain because explanations don't heal anything. This is where most people quit. They run back to comfort. They rebuild what God destroyed. But you don't. You stay. And staying is where the real change begins. You start hearing your own thoughts again. You notice patterns you ignored. You see how much you depended on external things for internal peace. God lets you sit in this space, not to torture you, but to teach you. Silence sharpens awareness. Loss builds discipline. Waiting strengthens patience. And slowly, without announcement, you change. Your reactions soften, your ego quiets, your faith deepens. You don't feel strong yet, but you are becoming stable. And stability is more powerful than confidence. This is only the beginning. The breaking phase is not the end, it is the foundation. What God builds next will stand because of this moment. After isolation strengthens you, God begins to test what He built, not with chaos, with responsibility. Life slowly gives you weight to carry, decisions that matter, moments where character is exposed. These tests don't look spiritual, they look ordinary. A chance to react in anger, an opportunity to choose ego, a moment to compromise values for comfort. This is where most people fail. Because power without discipline creates destruction. God watches how you handle pressure. Do you stay calm when misunderstood? Do you remain honest when shortcuts appear? Do you walk away when your old self is invited back? Every response is recorded, not by people, by purpose. You notice something strange now. You are trusted. People listen when you speak. Silence follows your words, not because you demand respect, but because you carry it. Responsibility reshapes you. You think before acting. You choose restraint over reaction. You protect peace like a priority. This is leadership. Not position, not title. Inner authority. God never gives influence before self-control, because influence multiplies whatever is inside you. The tests intensify. You are given chances that could elevate you quickly, but quick elevation without readiness creates collapse. So God watches again. Will you wait? Will you stay grounded? Will you honor the process? You feel the pull of the past. Old habits calling, old patterns tempting. But you don't go back, because you know the cost now. Strength has replaced impulse. Wisdom has replaced urgency. Power feels different than you imagined. It is quiet, controlled, focused. You no longer want to be seen. You want to be effective. This is the final shaping. God is preparing you not just to receive a blessing, but to manage it, because unmanaged blessing becomes burden. You pass tests by staying consistent, and consistency is what God rewards. The weight you carry now would have crushed the old you, but not this version, because you were built for it. And now, the blessing is close. Not because you asked more, not because you waited longer, but because you became ready. God doesn't bless potential, He blesses preparation. What's coming will not shock you, because you've already been shaped for it. You won't celebrate loudly when it arrives. You won't announce it to everyone, because peace has taught you something powerful. Real blessings don't need validation. What God gives you now will not take your sleep, will not steal your peace, will not change who you are, because you are no longer chasing life. Life is finally matching your level. He wasn't denying you, He was building you. If this story felt personal, don't scroll away. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, because the next story might explain why God is testing you right now. Comment ready if you believe you are being prepared for something bigger.